Hello everyone. Today we're going to be looking at closing accounts for the company Carla Vista. So to begin closing accounts, we need to begin with closing our revenue accounts. We have two revenues here. We have service revenue and we have rent revenue. And we are going to be debiting these. The service revenue is $34,030 and our rent revenue is going to be $13,750. We're going to be closing these to income statement, or income summary, I mean. We're going to be crediting that amount. Once we add these up, we will get our income summary amount, which is going to be credited for $47,780. Next, we are going to close our expense accounts. But because they're all going to be closing into the income summary, we will need to put that in first. And we don't know what that total is yet, because we're going to be debiting that, and we don't know what those are yet until we get the expenses filled in. So next we're going to start filling in the expenses, which are still needing to be put in order of the expenses that are most liquid. So the first one is salaries and wages expense. Next is rent expense. We then have supplies expense. Next is insurance expense. And last but not least is depreciation expense. So I'm just going to fill in these numbers here. Okay, so now that I filled out all of our credits here, and we're going to credit because on this table they're already debited, so basically we want to cancel out these accounts. We want to close them. We want them to equal 0. In order to do that, it's the accounting rule that when you do one thing to one side, you have to do it to the other. So when you want these all to become 0, you need to credit them because they're already in the debit column here. So here I've credited all the values, and so now we can debit and cancel all of these out to make them 0, and this is all added up to $35,440. Now our next step is to close income/loss. So we're basically closing the income summary account. So in order to do this, we need to know that we debited our income summary for expenses here, and we credited our income summary account, or for our income summary for our revenue accounts here. So to get our income summary, currently it would be subtracting these two, because we want the income summary account to equal 0. So we have income summary which we are going to, once we subtract the two accounts here, we get 12,340. And so that cancels out because this one is so much larger. When you subtract these two, there's still a credit balance of $12,340. So in order to cancel that account, we need to debit that remaining amount. And then we're going to credit retained earnings for the same amount here. And finally, we're going to close out our dividends. So to do this, we need to debit our retained earnings and credit our dividends to make sure that all the accounts, once again, will go to 0. So the dividends are found here, which are 2,930. And our retained earnings are going to be debited. So I'm going to put in retained earnings to be debited 2,930. And then we have our dividends, which are going to be credited for the same amount. And I just submitted that, and it all checks out here. So I hope that was helpful for everyone. I hope that helps you understand how to close accounts and get everything situated. And if you have any questions, go ahead and leave it in the comments on the discussion board. Thank you.